and we haven't heard a word for you, but now you decide it's a time where you're going to make your power play. Okay, I'm here for it. She's like, oh no, Danny, we had a plan. And Heather just decided that she wanted to go with Nasir. What is up, everybody? This is Classically Christion coming back at you, of course, with another video, and we are going to get ready to talk some more Survivor, specifically Season 41, Episode 8. Roll the intro. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another recap of Survivor Season 41, and in this one, Episode 8. Well, to start things off, we had some aftermath from that crazy tribal that we talked about, where Xander pulled out a god tier move and, successfully tricked people with a fake idol. Although we didn't get to see it be played, the act of him having it fooled them. So that was cool. But now the same people who just devised this plan of Xander, Tiffany, and Evie are all scrambled out because they realize that they are the minority group. And so they spread out and try and make new friendships, new ties among everyone. So, yep, that's how we started out. And then we go on to a reward challenge. In this reward challenge, once again, they're split up into teams by drawing rocks, and what a coincidence, Erica ends up getting the bad rock again and is chose to sit out on this challenge. But no, here comes Xander, the everybody's favorite superhero, to come and save Erica from her misery. He's like, you know what, Erica, you had your time to sit out and not, have no control over whether you're winning reward or not. Let me do it this time. Yeah, it could be because he was trying to be a good guy, but the more likely option was that he knew exactly what was going on here, because before the sit out bench person was chosen, Jeff described to us that there would be an advantage hidden in that bench. This is reminiscent of when Michaela was sitting there and just did not see the reward. And this was another case where it looked like Xander was looking around because he probably realized his past blunders, but he was unable to find it. So I guess you snooze, you lose. It was sitting right there for him to take, but he just didn't take it. And yeah, that's that. So basically, the team that consisted of, now I gotta remember everybody that was on the team. The team that consisted of Erica, Danny, and Evie, and I believe Ricard too, and probably one other person that I just can't remember right now. But that team, they ended up winning, so they got grilled cheese back at camp, and the losing team had like Nasir on it. So Nasir was like, you guys got your grilled cheese, that's fine, whatever. I'm gonna go climb a tree and get some papaya down because I'm Nasir and I'm the most fit to be out here by myself anyway. And that's what it was. Dude, I love Nasir. He has such a great attitude, and he is like, I don't know, is he our Ozzy this season? But like a more humble Ozzy? I don't know. Seems that way, maybe. After reward, it is now time for individual immunity. In this immunity challenge, let's preface it a little bit because I'm going through it fast, but the tribe overall, all these people, they've been struggling. They don't have that much food, so they need more rice at camp. And so before the challenge starts, Jeff makes them an offer. He says, what if one person could win a bag of rice for themselves if they win this challenge along with immunity, or if some people were willing to sit out, then you could get like 3 bags to last the tribe. Okay. So he had them set their number for themselves. So Shan was like, how about if we did 2 people, Jeff? He's like, and she's like, okay, what about 3? And so Jeff comes back, I'll do it for 7. Whoa, that's a big number. Obviously, there's 11 people playing left in the game, so 7 is huge. That means only 4 potential people to get immunity at that point. And they bring it down. They're like, how about we give you 5? And he's like, I'll accept 5. And so Shan steps up and Nasir steps up and nobody else is moving. So she's like, then Xander comes out of nowhere. He's like, all right, you know what? How about we do 4, Jeff? And I commit to being the 4th person so that we all get rice. And he does that, and the last person to step up, surprisingly, but in a way not too surprisingly, it's Ricard. Ricard chooses to sit out from this immunity challenge, which, you know, I felt like he was almost obligated in a way to do that, just because of the fact that Shan was standing up there by herself. None of her new alliance stood up with her, like Deshawn or Danny or Liana. So that's supposed to be your number 1. And I feel like maybe Ricard was, you know, they already had some tension earlier that I did not mention. Listen to that. But from the papaya thing, because the losers ate papaya and Ricard was asking for a piece of papaya and Shan took offense to that. Anyway, these 4 chose to sit out. Nasir, Shan, Ricard, and Xander. So they have no shot at individual immunity. This is a challenge where they have to keep a block in place above their head while they're on their tippy toes. And this is, you know, not for those with the weak calves or for weak core strength. And this challenge comes down to 2 people. Comes down to Evie and everybody's favorite person that they forgot about on the season, Heather. I've said in the last episode recap, she's made no noise so far. Like, what is she doing? She's doing nothing. Well, we'll talk about what she does a little bit later. And so, basically, after that immunity challenge, Evie pulls out the win, and so Evie cannot go home, which turns out to be good for her because, you know, they do not trust Evie, and by they, I mean the new power faction, I guess, of Danny, Deshawn, Shan, and Liana. They don't trust Evie, they want her gone. But since they can't do that, they decide, hey, you know what? Xander, that guy, he has a little too much power. Let's get Xander out of here. And that becomes the talk, and Heather's going to be the decoy vote. But then Heather doesn't like that it's her name, so she says, why don't we do Nasir or whatever? And Nasir was saying Heather's name was better. And a bunch of chaos going on before Tribal, but what else is new? We get to Tribal Council, and at Tribal Council, we talk through things, and we're about to get to voting. Jeff goes, all right, well, if there's no further questions, it is time to vote. And right as he finishes saying vote, Heather starts whispering. At this point, I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing, Heather? You haven't said a word practically all season long. You haven't said anything the last 2 episodes, especially because you've been under a microscope where everybody's on the same, you know, island together, and we haven't heard a word for you, but now you decide it's a time where you're going to make your power play. Okay, I'm here for it, you know, whatever, do your thing, go off. And Heather's like, she goes over to Tiffany, she says, stay calm, I got this. And so Heather decides to start her live tribal and starts whispering in people's ear, let's just do Nasir. Let's do Nasir. Let's do Nasir. And Shan catches wind of this. She's like, oh no, Danny, Danny, we had a plan. And Heather just decided that she wanted to go with Nasir. So let's just do Heather. And Deshaun's like, no, let's just do what we were originally going to do. It's like, no, because Heather's messing things up. Let's do Heather. And this plays into what Deshaun had an issue with Shan for earlier in the episode, which is the fact that Shan does not listen to anybody else. She's very dead set on her own plans going to fruition, which, you know, is an admirable trait. However, it comes this thing where you're playing Survivor and, you know, you can't just be so direct all the time. You have to be willing to listen to people and hear them out. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself kicked out of the game. And next episode, it seems like from the trailer, she's putting herself in that type of position. Exactly. So we get to deciding to vote, and Ricard's a little sly guy. You know, he says to Xander, you know, please go ahead and play that idol. Please play that idol. Because obviously there was talk about Xander going home. But I think Ricard was in the loop and he knew that Xander wasn't going home. Xander holds strong onto his belief and does not play his idol. The votes get read, and we get a couple of votes for Nasir, a couple of votes for Heather, and then there was one other person that got votes. I believe it was Ricard. But the person that ends up going home with 5 votes this time is Tiffany. Yeah, it ended up being Tiffany. I was a little bit shocked by that. I wasn't expecting it. But I guess that was a safe bet. They're probably trying to get Xander to play his idol and then it'd be wasted because none of them voted for him, and Tiffany would have ended up going home anyway. So that was their plan all along. But Tiffany ends up going home here. I was surprised by it, but she wasn't one of the people that I thought would end up winning anyway, so not too big of a hit to me personally. This is a cool episode though. Heather finally shook things up. She finally contributed to an episode, so good for her. You know, we always love to see more characters be introduced into the game, and more points of view be explored. So that was great there. Anyway, positioning, I guess, going throughout the rest of this game. Ricard seems pretty solid. You know, he has Shan, who's connected to that big faction. And I don't think anybody's directly coming for Ricard. So he seems like a pretty safe bet to make it far. Xander's the guy. I like Xander. His last episode made me a pretty big fan of his. Shan I liked from the beginning, but I'm starting to, you know, not believe as much that she has a good shot at winning the whole thing. And then this Shan is also relatively level-headed player, so he's somebody to watch out for. But anyway, guys, that was my thoughts and I guess recap of this episode, just letting you know what everything that happened. I guess I would say that Ricard is who I would have as in the best position to win at this point. Let me know in today's question of the video, who do you think is in the best position to win right now? Let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell next to it, because when you click the bell, then you get notified every single time that I upload, and I know you guys want to see more of my content. Of course, we're trying to get the subscribers up to 1,000. We are, you know, growing every day, and of course, if you have time as well, go ahead and stop by that Instagram and leave a follow there as well. We're trying to get up to 300. I will see you guys in the next video.